Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XI Online. In the last episode, we were at a tropical island with Louvrance, who was after a Taro who had some information about the location of Alteo, got what information we could out of him, left the island, and then that led us to Movopolos, where the Moblins live. And so we worked our way through there, had to fight some Moblins, and met a Galka by the name of Jabo, who is trying to convince the Moblins to live peacefully and that they are not children of Promathia. But we also ran into Celtus there. And the Moblins believe that Celtus is the reincarnation of Promathia. So they're helping him out. So, things did not go well for Jabo. And so he's basically been kicked out because, you know, he's trying to convince them to stop this, which they don't want to. And so we reported back to Sid, and he's working on some upgrades to his airship in order to go after Bahamut. And while we were talking about that, we got word that Preesh has been sighted in Juneau, so we are going to be off to Juneau to track down Preesh. But before we do that, I want to take a little bit of a detour, because a few episodes back, we unlocked Summoner, and I do want to work on Summoner, so I want to do at least one of the avatar battles on screen. And I'm going to be doing it as my level 99 item leveled Dragoon, which will make this an incredibly trivial thing to do. But at least show you what you do for that. So, we're going to go after Garuda. And to do that, we need to head to Rabao. Now, I've already done one of these. I got Titan. I'm not sure that's going to have any bearing on the quest for Garuda. We are looking for Agado Ugado. There he is. Owlsy, don't make me talk. I heard all over. Hey, you're that famous adventurer, Tuna. Yippee, this is my lucky day. Let me introduce myself. I'm from the Ronastarian Windurst. I do research on various living things, and I'm the best they've got. I've been looking into the phenomenon at a certain place. What phenomenon, you ask? Well, there are these giant crystals, you see, and from those crystals, a strange power is constantly pouring forth. These crystals are found all over Vana'diel, and their energies affect the surrounding ecosystems. Our research team has been investigating the unusual emanations when... Guess what? We finally succeeded in awakening the crystals. Our theory on what lay dormant inside the crystals was proven to be right on the money, except they didn't appreciate being woken up. When we were attacked, we were bested. Why do they so despise talking with us that they would rather fight? And what on Vana'diel would happen if someone were to defeat them? I bet you could do it. You call yourself an adventurer, right? Give it a shot. Sure. Great. Here, take this tuning fork of wind. But be warned, only a person who carries one can enter the crystal. Okay. So now we have the tuning fork of wind, and now we need to head to the cloister of wind to fight Garuda. Now, I think these are related to the sleeping gods they've been talking about in the COP storyline. Now, Cloister of Wind is in Volbo, Cape Terrigan. I have the home point up there. All right. And here is the Wind Protocrystal. All right, Trial by Wind. Who interrupts my slumber? Was I dreaming for but an instant, or an eternity? The radiance that illuminates all, lost. Which is the real world, and which is the dream? Am I... But enough. Wager your life to prove your skill. Let us see if you can provide me with a moment of amusement. Are you ready, you who is one yet many? All right. I believe that these were tuned for level 60 back in the day. Not going to be an issue right now. All right, got her. Impressive, child of Vana'diel. We sleep at a time that is neither an instant nor an eternity. Is this world a dream, or is the dream world an illusion? Very well, child of Vana'diel, I will grant you a fragment of my power. To bring order to chaos. Alright, and we head back out. So I got the Whisper of Gales. We head back to the original NPC. Alright, how'd it go? Oh, wow, you defeated the Prime Avatar? I see. The Prime Avatar said that to you? I wonder what it could mean. There is no need to understand. You will forget what I have said. You have power. Will you allow that power to slumber for eternity? Surrender that power to me, and I will craft that power into whatever you desire. What do you desire? What do you seek? Alright, we can get Gruda's dagger, a wind belt, a wind ring, a bottle of bubbly water, some gil, or nothing. Which is a pact with the Avatar. That's what we want. Something interfering? Tuna, listen to the voice within you. Carbuncle. If you focus, you will see the true Vana'diel. Even if that... Huh? Went all spacey for a moment there. Who were you again? Was I speaking with you? What were we talking about? Did I tell you that I'm a researcher from the Rhinostery and Windrest already? Alright. And I can now summon Garuda. Alright. But now we're going to go ahead and switch back. And so that is basically how you unlock the avatars. And so now I have 2 of them, at least the main avatars anyway. I got 5 more to get. And then there's, what, 2 that were added in Treasures of Ot Urgen. There's the 5 terrestrial avatars. So we have Carbuncle. We can get Diabolos. We can get Fenrir. I think I can get both of those already. Bahamut and Phoenix. And there's a few others that are added in as well, so... I work on getting those, and then I have to level up the job and all that sort of stuff, so... Got work ahead of myself. Alright, but for now we are off to Juneau, particularly Rulude Gardens. And I'm using the book. It works. It does put me somewhat further away than I would have liked, but so be it. Alright, we need to talk to Faramosiel here again. Alright. Yuna, what business do you have here today? If you seek Captain Wolfgang, he is currently... you are here about the girl, Preesh? And the warrant for her arrest? She presented herself at the palace of her own free will not so long ago. Naturally, she was taken into custody, but her demands for an audience with a higher authority are becoming increasingly vocal. I wonder if Captain Wolfgang will return from his duties any time in the near future. Olmia? Tuna. Apologize for interrupting your conversation, but could you walk with me for a moment? Why would Priest surrender herself so easily? I have no idea what she could be thinking. Thank the mercy of Altana that Priest has escaped any punishment while the Genoan government is occupied with other matters. If we could only use this opportunity to rescue her somehow. Tenzin. Yuna, Lady Ulmia. I am glad to have found you. You have heard of young Lady Priest's predicament. We need to gather everyone together to unite our actions and plan our next move. The rest of our friends are waiting in a tavern in Upper Juno. A tavern in Upper Juno? Aldo has used his influence to secure the establishment for our exclusive use, if only for a short while. I will await you on the premises. Until then. Alright, so we need to head to Upper Juno. We need to go to the Marble Bridge Eatery. Home Point 1 should be the closest. Here it is. Yuna, it's good to see you. We have finally grasped the entire tapestry that our separate tales have woven. I never believed that something like this was possible. I suggest you prepare yourself before Lady Ulmia arrives. There she is. Why is everyone so quiet? Is something wrong? Lady Ulmia, we have been waiting for you. Will you steel your heart and listen to the story we have to tell? Of course, we have tried to refute this conclusion and find some other explanation. However, we now know that the boy, Celtus, has come to thwart the plans of the Ancient Ones and steal the light of the crystals. We also know that the divinity of darkness that rules over the kindred was not Promathia after all. But the Moblins heard from the divinity of darkness that the Keep of the Apocalypse has already arisen. Right, and surely you have seen the magicite embedded in Prisha's chest? According to your explanation, that stone contained the emptiness of the Twilight God Promathia. Lady Ulmia, this must come as a shock for one so close to Lady Prish, but I must inform you of the facts I have learned from the terrestrial avatars Carbuncle and Fenrir. After 10,000 years, the Keep of the Apocalypse was fated to be born in the nation of Tavnazia. Surely you're not saying that this keeper you speak of is Prish? That is impossible. I refuse to believe it. We have been friends since the time before Tavnazia's destruction. I can honestly say that I have never met a person more pure of heart. She has more faith and more courage. How could she be the keeper of the apocalypse and still urge Diablos to save the world? It is true that I do not know of anyone who possesses the zest for life that Priest has. And if we had but the time and the knowledge, we would rescue Lady Priest from this destiny. However, we have no time remaining. A duty lies before us. Lord Bahamut and his minions must be stopped. And if Cardinal Mildarian is still alive as we believe, she will be planning to use Priest to awaken the Twilight God. With Priest and her magicite in the Cardinal's possession, the world is one step away from oblivion. When Promethea awakens, there will be no stopping the Moblins. Stop it, all of you. You truly intend to do away with Priest if it means the plans of the Worm King Bahamut will be prevented? That is something I cannot do. Lady Olmia. Let her go. Let her be. The first thing we have to do is rescue Priest from the Grand Duke Palace. I'll start working on a plan. I'll call upon some old acquaintances. They may be able to help us. I wish no more lives to be lost. I will do what I can. Juna, do you agree with our decision? There's no other way. You understand that we all agreed at what we all agreed to here. We have come to a brutal and bloody conclusion. Although no one life holds more importance than another, I have a duty to save the world, no matter the cost. But still, I worry for Lady Olmia. There is little you can say to comfort her, but at least to see her safely to Tabnazia. If you ask the aid of Lady Eshnataral, I am sure your return will be a swift one. Until we meet again. Alright, so we need to head back to Relude Gardens. Juna, I must apologize for my childish behavior. I never would have run off in such a flustered state. I do understand what everyone is saying. I understand that the Worm King Bahamut plans to obliterate all the peoples of Vana'diel. Even with the might of the Juno Armada, many more innocent lives will be lost in this conflict if something is not done. I do understand that everyone truly wishes to rescue Priest from her destiny. However, it is as Lord Diablos has said, we cannot save both the world and all her people. Lord Diablos. I wonder if he called Priest into his dream world because he knew the truth of her identity, that she is the keeper of the apocalypse. Was Cardinal Mildarian also aware of this truth? Is that why she gave Priest that amulet? But I still... Now, Tuna, it may be too late at this point. Is there something I must... But there is something I must tell you. When Priest had collapsed and her amulet was stolen... It was only for a second, but I'm pretty damn sure. The presence I felt when the amulet was stolen, it was definitely Miss Mildarian. You're saying that Cardinal Mildarian took the amulet from you? Why would she act in such a manner? Did not the Cardinal give you the amulet to you as a gift? Yeah, she did. Miss Mildarian was always watching over me through the amulet. She was always making sure I wasn't thinking of doing something stupid or getting myself into trouble. But she needed to take the amulet back. An old friend she'd waited a long time for had finally returned. She apologized to me in her thoughts, said that I would be safe while I was in Juneau. But then Cardinal Mildarian would have known that we, the survivors of the Great War, were unable to leave the island. She knew, but she did not come to help us. She abandoned us to our fate. No, I don't think so. Miss Mildarian left it to me. Left what to you? What was Preesh about to say, I wonder? What could Cardinal Mildarian have entrusted to us? Surely not the resurrection of the Twilight God. It must be naive of me to believe that you are on my side. However, I am not willing to give up. I want to sing of a world where both Vana'diel and all of her people are saved. Will you dream of such a world alongside me? Yep. Thank you, Tuna. Well, once again, go to the Grand Duke Palace. I've not found anyone in town who has information, but Maki Chibugi and the others have probably tracked down some rumors. There must be something we can do to save Preesh. Must be someone who knows of the Cardinal. Alright, so the Ducal Palace. So let's go ahead and approach the palace. Wolfgang and crew. Tuna, what are you doing here? Have you found some means to stop the Worm King, Bahamut? The battle will soon begin. An airship carrying a group of adventurers was downed in an attack by the worms. We have completed preparations on the warships, and nothing remains to be done. Only, I don't know if this is good news or bad news to you, but the commander of the Junoan Armada, Lady Eshinataro, is nowhere to be found. Lord Nag Malata has also disappeared without so much as an escort. Damn it, this wouldn't be your doing, would it? Of course not. Apologies, you must forgive my wild accusations. No matter how much one despises senseless bloodshed, there are a few who can stand by while their home is burned to the ground. And so, if it means saving Juneau from the worms, I have no choice but to cooperate with this range of ancients. Captain Wolfgang, the criminals who escaped with Warship 03 have been identified. It appears to be work of those three Taru. We have a witness who observed them talking about heading to the place where they referred to as the Fated Land. It took a warship? Is it possible they know where our missing officials have disappeared to? And where is this Fated Land they spoke of? Split up and find some answers. The Fated Land would be Tavnazia, would it not? Garamosiel? One of the Armada warships is missing. With all the Titan security, how could anyone have pulled off a feat as grand as stealing an airship? That's all he has to say. All right. Well, we need to head to Vana'diel. Home point 1, I think, works. And out the southern exit. And it is stormy here. We need to head to the dilapidated gates at I-11. Should just be a short way to go. Right around this corner. There we are. Now we're going to want trusts out. Alright, we have 3 spheroids. Aglaia, Euphrosyne, and Thalia. There we go, Blineral. Oh, we got shock spikes up. I had a knockback. All right. My last shot with this stack. Nope. This will be my last shot with the stack. Or it's not. Eshnatarl. Tuna, you did well to find this place. I assume you were led here by the memories of the Mother Crystal? Even if the crystal line is cut, as long as the people exist, and as long as there is life on Vana'diel, the memories of the Mother Crystal will endure. There is nothing anyone can do to change that. We are all born from the light of the crystal, and we return to that luminescence when we die. People are also born from the darkness and return to the darkness. Huh? The opposite of light and dark. Both are held within you. Opposites. You are born from the light that illuminates all, and then slowly devoured by the emptiness that desires only oblivion. This is the cycle begun by the goddess of the dawn. The cycle created by the twilight god, Promethea. Tuna, how can you speak to my soul? Celtus, what have you done to Tuna? Now's not the time to answer such questions, is it? After the passing of 10,000 years, it is time for us to discover why our paths have crossed again. Celtus, the pact you left with the terrestrial avatars has been honored by the children of Vana'diel. The coming of the Keeper of the Apocalypse has been prevented. However, Bahamut does not hold the pact to be complete. Is it true that unless the Keeper of the Apocalypse is freed from the cycle of the Mother Crystal, the pact cannot be considered fulfilled? You need not use common speech. The amulet, the testament of affinity, connects my soul to yours. Let us finally walk the same path that has brought us here over the span of 10,000 years, for Vana'diel and for the future. Yep. Nagmalata. He has eluded me yet again. Was that your plan, Eshnatarl? Use a testament of affinity to link your souls? You meant to have your soul taken over, just as Priest did? No. Your plan was to make it easier appear as if your soul had been possessed. A way to protect yourself, perhaps. An excuse for letting Celtus escape. No feeble attempts at denial. Just what I'd expect from a Zillart. But I have learned the truth from the Mother Crystal. You were born a Kulu, as was I. The Chamber of Eventide, created by Dawn Maiden Yvnoil to heal the Kulu people, to restore the whispers of their souls. Should have realized when Bahamut mentioned that name. Am I correct in assuming that the Zillart interfered in the investigation of Alteo to hide the fact of its completion? Was my Kulu talent in negotiation so very valuable to you? The celestial city of Alteo was destroyed along with the Chamber of Eventide 10,000 years ago. No matter how much I explain, you will not believe me. But the Zillart still hold to this truth. When Alteo was unfolded in the energy of the crystal, the power of the terrestrial avatars was absorbed by the city. That event caused an anomaly in space and time, bringing them from the ancient past to the present day. Or so the theory goes. As a Kulu, I do not presume to speak for the beliefs of the Zillart. I've received some fascinating insights from Diabolos. He claims that the celestial capital exists even now, beyond the fifth crystal, and that the Zillart people living in the city are alive and well. It cannot be. This information must be verified. I will travel beyond the distortion in space and time and see the place for myself. And then I will use a Chamber of Eventide to gain immortality, as you have. The whisper of the soul will be mine again. Nagmalada, your longing to become one of the Zillart led you to your betrayal, the Kulu. But you must not go to the capital. Celtus has warned me. Alteo is no longer the homeland that we once knew. It has become a tainted place, a forbidden place. Forbidden? Use this to see into the soul of Celtus. It will explain everything to you. So I can let that traitor take control of my mind. For the moment, I will be satisfied with watching you die. We'll just say that you were killed by Celtus, shall we? Wait, if you spare me, I will give you anything you want. You'll give me anything? You certainly were born of Kulu stock. Show me how far you have fallen. I am not the one who has fallen. And sold to the young Tarotara lady. Home delivery guaranteed. They just warped him out. I truly appreciate your help. Most reliable trio indeed. I doubt Nagmalada will be able to stay in Juneau after this. You have shown commendable judgment in this matter. It weren't nothing. However, Celtus is gone. The celestial capital that Celtus showed me. Could it be? There goes Bahamut. I think I understand. The battle with the worms is about to begin. A meaningless war will soon be set in motion. There is no other choice but to fight. Great Goddess Sultana, bless us with the victory we need. All right. Let's warp out. And all right, I think actually this is going to be a good spot for us to stop. Is it? Now, you know what? Let's head back to Blue Gardens. Let's get a cutscene there. Couple more things actually that I think we want to do before we get to a stopping point. Alright, check the audience chamber. Nobody sees a sovereign appointment. Stand down. Oh, I gotta talk to Vana'diel here first. You adventurers are quick to hear the news. Lady Eshnataro has returned to us. Did you know an armada has been authorized to begin an assault on the worms? We are conducting final flight inspections on all vessels. Please keep out of the way and allow engineers to do their job. What a racket. The Staratar were punished for their crimes of stealing a warship and flying out of Juno. They claimed they were just following orders, but Lord Nagmalata is also awaiting disciplinary action to be decided by the Amrathon Society. No matter your position, if you break the law... Isn't that lady a friend of yours? Oh, you three. Whatever's the matter. Come now, no more tears. Surely things are not that bad. We're done for. Our necks are on the chopping block. We've got to get out of here. Whatever for? There are rumors all over town about the brave Tarataru who saved an important official. You have undertaken... Oh. That's a system event. System message. Not dialogue. Is there some other terrible failure that you are regretting? No, we done everything right. We used the right blend of deceit and betrayal, honey and vinegar. We bribed the townsfolk and avoided the authorities. We've groomed ourselves into the perfect candidates to become bureaucrats of the future. They have to run off because I showed up. Preesh. What the hell is wrong with you? If you keep this up, I'm gonna start rethinking my plan to put you in charge of Tasnazia. Get yourselves together. I'm gonna kick you into next Waters Day. You have a responsibility to look out for Olmia and everyone else in the Marquisate. What? Try to fly off without an explanation, Olmia. And you, Tuna, thanks for worrying about me. There's not much time, but I'll tell you what I know. Get yourselves to the audience chamber. Preesh? Now we can go to the audience chamber. Hello, Olmia. You've been through quite an ordeal. Cardinal Mildarian? What is going on? I'm sorry, Olmia. We don't have time for a lengthy explanation. However, there is one thing that I must tell you. My true name is Eshnataro. 10,000 years ago, I was born in Alteo, the city that enfolds the 5th Mildacrystal. Nagbalada and the other members of the Amarthron Society that now govern Juno are also of an ancient race of people, a race recently awoken from a centuries-long sleep. But I am different from the others. Through an unusual twist of fate, I was granted immortality. Yep, so Eshnataro is Cardinal Mildarian. I pledged to use this unending life to bring to fruition the pact made between Seldsus and the terrestrial avatars. After the passing of 10,000 years, a child of destiny will be born in the fated land, the keeper of the apocalypse, the one I have sworn to destroy. I spent many years preparing for the coming of the keeper. It's been an incredibly long journey. I've traveled to the far reaches of Vana'diel in search of lost secrets. I've found solace and encouragement in the many encounters I have had along the way. But then, when I came to a certain place, I was warned. Destroying the Keeper of the Apocalypse will merely set the darkness free to reincarnate in another body. To break this cycle, the darkness itself must be obliterated. It must be erased from the place where all life originates and where all life eventually returns, the Mother Crystal. To fully eradicate the darkness, the Keeper of the Apocalypse must be destroyed not in the form of a human, but in the form of a god. That is why I conceived of a plan to use the Lay of the Immortals to resurrect Promathia. Resurrection and destruction? The plan eventually failed. At the baptismal ceremony, At that time, I was having my strings pulled by the emptiness inside me. I lived in the Tavnazian Cathedral since the time of my earliest memories and believed that the gates of paradise must be opened. But as my bad luck would have it, the emptiness inside me reacted to the baptismal vessel and was sealed within this magicite. My world was tipped upside down, and I was suddenly able to read people's thoughts, and, just like Cardinal Darian, I never aged another day. So that is what happened. You were the Keeper of the Apocalypse. But things are different now. You are no longer the one, are you? You're saying that nothing has changed? What is to happen to Preesh? Judging by the actions of Bahamut, the Keeper is still among us. But over the last 20 years I have watched over the lands of Vana'diel, I have seen no other possible incarnations. Bahamut wishes to see me smashed to bits in the form of the Twilight God. It was Diablos that let me in on my destiny as the Keeper of the Apocalypse. It was my fate to be destroyed along with this magicite and to set adrift from the cycle of the Mother Crystal. No, this is too horrible. Listen to me, Olmia. We've come pretty far into this quest. I've already heard 4 of the verses needed to resurrect the Twilight God. Once we have the last verse, we can finally stand before Bahamut. Please, Preesh, do you hear what you are saying? How can I let you offer your very existence to Promathia? There must be another way. Calm yourself, Olmia. Preesh will not be coming with us. Last verse of Memorial della Stona no longer exists, and there is no weapon left to battle the Twilight God. Pitting the full force of Juno against the worms is our only recourse. There is no other way to save the children of Altana from extinction. But Mrs. Mildarian, what about me? Wolfgang? Lady Ashinatal, the Junoan Armada is prepared for battle. I must go. Beyond the sea of endless clouds. Cardinal Mildarian. Preesh, Olmia, it's only a matter of time until Juno becomes a war zone. I'll prepare an airship for your return to Tavnazia. Protect that which is most dear to you. Damn it. There's no way in hell it's ending this way. I'm trying to put it all on the line. Preesh? Juno, Olmia, I know you guys can do it. You're strong enough now to beat the hell out of me when I become Promathia. Listen, there is someone in Selbina who knows the 5th verse. Her memory's a little shoddy, though. Find the 5th verse. I need you to do this. You hear me? Reesh, wait. Almia, I have heard the entire story. Louverance? This must be the guidance of Altana. The girl with a shoddy memory in Selbina is well known to me. And I also happen to possess the means to revive her past. Let us be on our way. Alright, we're gonna head to Selbina and we're gonna talk to this person. And that's probably where we're gonna call it for today. Selbina is Zulkheim. And she's going to be in here. We need to talk to Matilda. Hello, can I help you? Your name wouldn't be Emmeline by any chance? My name is Olmia. We were in the choir together. Do you remember? I'm sorry, I don't remember much about my childhood. But I'm sure you must be mistaken. My name is Matilda. I work here at the Weavers Guild. Yes, you're right. I must be mistaken. Please accept my apologies. You so resemble a girl that I used to sing in the choir. It used to sing in the choir with me. You don't happen to have a younger brother, do you? A younger brother? Well, yes, I did have a younger brother, only we were separated in the war. But I believe he is still out there somewhere. I do hope he is happy. I am sorry to have brought up this painful subject. I'll be on my way. I have one last request for you. There's a certain song that you might know. Will you sing it for us? A song? I'm sure you have this song locked somewhere in your heart. Please try to remember. With Havnazian Cathedral, Cardinal Mildarian, a song known as the Lay of the Immortals, the 5th verse. That looks like a proto-crystal. And so the legend ends. Began, crystal. That's some kind of spell? The MMO mirror is a device known by any self-respecting rogue. It was finally returned to me. Almia, are you able to sing the verse we just heard? But You have a penchant for expecting the worst, dear Almia. There may not be a need for that melody after all. Why would that be? Once Lord Bahamut sees Precious Magicite, it may be enough to convince him, and we would not want to lose the Star of Tabnazian. What do you mean? There's something I would like to ask Presh. Olbia, let's meet with her and Juno. Juno, please go on ahead to Bastok. Alright, but I think that's where we're going to stop for now. I'm all turned around. Okay, we'll head to Bastok, have a chat with Sid. And the battle with the worms is about to start, so we'll get there. Alright, but for now, we will stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.